Welcome back, everybody. Brian David Marshall here with Patrick Dickmann. Patrick, you have become associated with the card Splinter Twin, various iterations of the deck over time in Modern. What is it about the Splinter Twin deck that's so appealing to you as a Magic player?
I don't know. I think I just really like the colors. It's blue-red, and at least this is the baseline for the deck. And Lightning Bolt is one of my most favorite cards. I love Cantrip. Remand is really, really good. And yeah, Serum is I just like playing with all the cards, and of course Snapcaster Mage, which was a huge addition for the deck. I just really enjoy playing with it, and it's just so tricky, and it can win from almost any spot. I just enjoy it.
We've seen you take the card deck in a couple of different directions. We saw you have success with Tarmo Twin. We've seen other versions. But let's just talk about what the basic Splinter Twin deck is trying to do. Let's take a look at the early game. You mentioned some of these cards already. Lightning Bolt, going back all the way to Alpha, Remand, Serum Visions. What are you trying to do on the early turns of the game here?
Yeah, pretty much what you're trying to do is to keep the board empty in the first, on the first turns of the game. So you have very efficient removal, probably the most efficient removal spell I've ever printed, which is Lightning Bolt. You have Remand and Serum Visions to set up your draws. You're just trying, since you're playing a rather slow control-ish deck, you're just trying to keep the board empty at all times and always just play your land for the turn and play mostly at instant speed and protect yourself.
Playing against early in a tournament, are you just going to snap off a Lightning Bolt at the first creature to hit the board? Are you going to remand the first spell they try to play? What are you trying? Is this really what you just want to get as far as you can with things remaining clear and open for you?
Well, pretty much. It may depend on the matchup a little bit.
Sure.
Maybe if they play an irrelevant creature, you might not Lightning Bolt it right away. But most of the time, unless I have something like Counter Magic or Flashback to worry about, I will remand the very first spell they play, unless I'm trading downwards, which is countering a one mana spell with Remand. That is usually not a good thing to do.
Sure.
But
if they've spent their whole turn, people will talk about that being a time walk.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Okay, let's take a look at the mid game. What you're trying to do. Again, some cards you've mentioned. Here we see Deceiver, Exarch, Pestermite, Snapcaster Mage, and Vendilion Click. The two guys on the left, those are your kill cards, right?
Well, mostly Pestermite and Snapcaster Mage are my kill cards. I rarely tend to finish games with the combo. It's a feature that is in the deck, but it is more useful as a threat than to actually go for it most of the time, because that way you're denying their mana. They can't just if you have an Exarch in play or a Pestermite, they can't just tap out and do whatever they want. They always have to have in mind that they might just die on the next turn to Splinter Twin or Kiki Jiki. So the Siva Exarch is mostly a threat and a roadblock, which is because he survives a lot of attacks. He's an early blocker. And the kill cards are Pestermite, because flying is a very relevant ability. Snapcaster Mage, Flashbacking, whatever spell you used so far, and obviously Vendilion Click. And Vendilion Click has serves double duty, because you can also use it to see if the coast is clear and see what they have. Maybe remove their 1-out to Splinter Twin and just kill them.
So really, with the first two sets of cards we're looking at, you feel like you could just win with those cards. You can bolt them, flashback a bolt with Snapcaster Mage, get in with a Vendilion Click, play a Pestermite, attack for 5 the next turn, and just basically tempo them out of the game.
Exactly.
Okay, but we still have the combo kill, and that's your late game. Something like Splinter Twin, something like Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker. Talk about how that works just real quickly for people who might not be familiar with the deck. I have a Deceiver Exarch in play, and I play a Splinter Twin. What happens?
Okay. Let's say you have a Deceiver Exarch in play that has no summoning sickness, so you played it the last turn.
Very important, no summoning sickness.
Yeah, which is very important, because Splinter Twin is an activate, gives the creature, you put it on an activated ability, which says you put a token of the creature into play, and in this case it is, let's say, Deceiver Exarch, and Deceiver Exarch has comes into play ability that says untap target permanent you control or tap it permanent you don't control. So you will target your own Deceiver Exarch, which has Splinter Twin put on it, and therefore you get to untap it, tap it again, make it as a token, and that creates an infinite loop where you can basically create as many tokens as you want to, and just attack them for lethal in one turn.
And alternately, you can do this very similar with Kiki Jiki.
Yeah, Kiki Jiki is pretty much the same as Splinter Twin. He has a few upsides, he has a few downsides. Like a triple red can sometimes be a problem, and he's therefore like he's more resilient. You don't open up yourself for a 2-for-1 trade if they kill the creature you want to combo with, and it also gets around Spell's Guide. Like if you have a Deceiver Exarch in play, because since Deceiver Exarch says you can only untap permanents that you control, they can't redirect the ability.
Okay, all right, great, Patrick. I'm going to let you get back out on the floor, go back to making infinity fairies, as they say.
All right.
For Patrick Dickmann, this is Brian David Marshall from the Tournament Center.
Bye.